Welcome, selamat datang, ni hao, wanakkam. Nama berita Nuan, kopi wasian everyone. Let's start with another English lesson today. In today's lesson, we are going to focus on these 4 words. This, that, these, and those. If you are wondering, what are these 4 words called? They are called demonstratives. This, that, these, and those. And all these 4 words are used to show the relative distance between the speaker and the noun. Let's go into the details. In order to get a detailed understanding of demonstratives, we should focus on the basics of singular and plural. In simple words, singular means one and plural means more than one. As I mentioned before, demonstratives are used to show the relative distance between the speaker and the noun. For example, let's say you are referring to something very near to you and it is a singular noun. We use this. For example, this is a cat. Let's say you are referring to a plural noun and they are very near to you. So we can use the word these. For example, these are cats. Let's say you are referring to something that is quite far from you and it is a singular noun. We can use the word that. For example, that is a cat. Imagine the cat is like quite far from you and you are pointing at the cat which is far from you. So we use the word that. That is a cat. And let's say the single cat found some friends and all of them are quite far from you and you are going to refer to the cats. We can use the word those. Those. So the sentence will be, those are cats. So in order to understand these 4 words, first you need to decide whether you are referring to a singular noun or a plural noun and whether it is or they are near to you or far. Like near, use the word here as an indication, and for far, use the word there as an indication. Let's look at a few examples. The first example. This is my book. You will notice in the picture that the girl is hugging the book. It's quite near to her, and that is why we use this. This. This is my book. In the second picture, you can see a girl carrying a school bag. It's quite near to her, and let's say she is going to say something about the bag. She will say, this is my school bag. This, remember that. Let's look at examples with the word these. The girl in the picture is carrying a few books. So it's more than one, referring to a plural noun, and we can use the word these. These. These are my books. The same girl, she's holding a few stalks of flowers. And if, let's say, she's going to say something about the flowers, she might say, these flowers are mine. Let's look at some examples using the word that. So a girl is pointing at a bird and she might be saying, that is a beautiful bird. So you notice that the bird is quite far from her, and that is why she's saying that is a beautiful bird, and it's singular, one bird. In the second picture, a boy is pointing at a school, and I guess the school is quite far from him, and that is why he can say, I am studying in that school. Finally, let's look at some examples using the word those. There's a pretty lady in the picture, I guess she's pointing at the beautiful butterflies which are fluttering quite far from her, and she might be saying, "Those butterflies are lovely." Remember, butterflies, more than one, plural noun, and that's why we are using the word those, because the butterflies are quite far and they are more than one. In the second picture, we have a gentleman pointing at a few cars, new cars, and guessing by the picture, the cars are quite far from him, and he's saying, "Those cars are for sale." So more than one car, cars, and we can use the word those, those. So we have looked at a few examples. We have learned what are these demonstratives all about, this, that, these, those, and so on. So they are actually pretty efficient. They basically tell us what, how many, and where. So in summing up in one sentence. They're pretty useful, so use them in your daily conversations. Let's end the session with a saying, practice makes perfect. Now, what is the meaning of practice makes perfect? It means the more you do, perform a skill or activity, the better and more efficient you will become at doing it. Like in today's lesson, practice demonstratives in your daily conversations and you'll get better in no time. See you. Bye-bye.